Hello and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Julia, and today I'm going to be talking about a recent roll of film photos that I shot. Here's the thing. I believe this is Fujifilm 400 with a 35mm camera. However, I can't be too sure because I forgot to just like snap a photo of the roll before I submitted it to get developed, but I do believe it is a Fujifilm 400 roll. Oh yeah, I should get into the details of this camera. Let me just show you this. This is the Konica Z Up 70 Super. I bought it secondhand for about 5,000 yen, which is like maybe like $45-ish. And I put a couple stickers on it. You can see right here. Stickers. Super cute. I do have a roll in here right now. I have the Lomochrome Color 92. This one. Right now I'm like slowly filming a video where I show you like I take the photos obviously, and then I show you me taking each photo. Kind of like a photography vlog type of thing. I don't know. So yeah, that'll probably take a while, but it's a little project that I'm working on right now. So yeah, let's get right into it. I'm gonna start off with this one right here. I shot 3 versions of this scene. The first one is this one right here. I got it solo on its own. However, I thought that it was a little bit off center. So I reshot it with another boat behind it. And then that one was also off center, and the way it developed, or like when I shot it, it turned out blurry. So obviously I didn't know that at the time, but I decided to shoot it again. And then the final version with this second boat right here turned out so good, and I love it so much. I really like how the reflection is like very clear, and like it contrasts so well with like the water around it. And then having the people like evenly spread out in the boat, as well as the person like controlling at the front of the boat, I thought that was just an amazing, beautiful scene that I wanted to capture. And it was centered pretty well, so I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. The next one here, this is when I was in Nagoya, I believe. I was just walking out in the rain and I saw these 2 people crossing the bridge, and I thought it would be cool to snap a picture of them. But the thing about this, first of all, I forgot to turn off the like settings on the camera so that the date doesn't show. So the date is on there, and I personally just don't really like that feature, but I wish I also waited a little bit longer for the people to go kind of in between where the trees are. So yeah, I wish I had just waited a couple more seconds to snap the photo, and it is a bit blurry, but I don't think the idea that I had was too bad with this one. I'm gonna stay on the Nagoya theme and show you a couple more that I picked up in Nagoya. So if you watched my Tokoname vlog, the pottery town, I walked around Tokoname and snapped a few pictures there too. Here's one that I thought was really nice. I was on my way walking to a cafe, and the little street that I had to take was just so like covered in greens, grass, plants, all that sort of stuff. And I looked back and it kind of like had this kind of movement of the trees where it was like almost creating a little doorway, and I thought it was just so cute, so I snapped a photo of that one. I really like my vertical photos, and I think taking pictures of alleyways is just so fun, so I snapped a few of those. Here's one with the famous I'm not sure what it's called actually, the like alleyway with the ceramics on the ground, like in the ground. And then another one while I was on my way to that cafe. You can actually see a little sign for a different shop, I believe, on the side. And this one I think was just a total mistake. This was also in Nagoya, kind of more towards the city, but it's just so blurry, which is really a bummer because this shop looks so nice from the outside. It's also off-center, so, and like kind of slanted. Like you can see on the left that it's really not aligned perpendicularly with like the edge of the photo, so that one's just kind of a miss. But oh yeah, and then I snapped this one of the tanuki on top of this. I don't even know what it is, like a water basin or something next to the water fountain. I just thought the tanuki was cute. Alright, next I have a couple photos that I took in Arashiyama. This is actually the same day that I took those boat pictures. But yeah, me and my friend, we decided to get on one of the boats and like paddle it ourselves, and I thought it was so cute to just see these two guys sitting by the lake and just like talking, you know? It was just a nice scene, and I liked how the tree would kind of come on the side, almost lead your eyes directly to where those two guys are sitting. One thing I wish I could have done was get closer. I don't think I really had the chance to do that just because the water, you know, if I tried to get closer I would just fall into the water. But yeah, I took two different shots. One was more far away, and I think the focus is fine, but I don't really like how far, like you don't notice those two guys as the subject right away. I don't know, I think the shape of the branches in the tree just kind of don't really do what I meant for it to do. As pretty as it is, I think it could have been better. And I tried to do that with this second photo, but the camera just ended up focusing on the one branch in front of me and not on the two guys. So it's not bad. I like the composition of this one better. But yeah, it's just a bit blurry, so I'm not too sure how to kind of fix the blurriness or like the focus when I'm taking the picture with this camera. With this friend, I went to a shrine. It is the Otagi Nembutsuji temple in Arashiyama. When you go there, there's like this cool tunnel that I tried to take a picture of, but again, it turned out pretty blurry. Just fine, I don't know. I think it wasn't as interesting as a subject to capture than I thought it was gonna be. So yeah, it's not like I really needed that picture for anything, but it's like up in the temple is like up in the mountains, so we decided to walk down back to like central Arashiyama afterwards, and I just saw these two bikes lined up on the side of the road that I wanted to take a picture of, so I took those. I think these are pretty cool. If you like include the orange cone on the left side together with the bikes as part of the main subject, then I guess it's centered pretty well. But if you're just looking at the bikes, then I don't know, I think it's a bit off. I'm not too sure how I feel about this, but I don't think it's bad, so it's like meh, I guess. Oh, let's just throw this one in here. This is a vertical photo that I took at school. I believe this was after class. I was just walking home, and it was like in the evening, probably around like 5:30-ish. Yeah, when I walk home from school, there's just like this road going down from the parking lot or something, I think. And then the lighting was just so nice, and you can see the road where cars are driving. So I kind of stood there for like a minute or so trying to capture like a good moment of someone driving past, and I think it was a good idea, but I didn't really get the perfect shot that I wanted. I wish I pressed the shutter button like maybe like a quarter of a second earlier, just because of the person riding the bike. But yeah, it was almost perfect. Okay, and then the rest of these, actually before that, I took this one other vertical photo in Osaka. It's a little bit out of focus, which again is just such a bummer, but like I think it would have been really cool if these construction workers were just a little bit more in focus. I don't know, I just like these candid moments of people doing their job. Before, probably like a year ago, I took this photo of an H&M in Kyoto with these like other workers. I think they were like fixing the sign or something. But yeah, that was like a photo that I really liked and am trying to not recreate, but shoot more photos similar to it. And then the rest of these photos are going to be from my trip to Yamaguchi with my relatives. We have this vertical photo of the train station. I think overall it's a bit dark and a bit off-center, so not the biggest fan. But these two here I'm a really big fan of. This is at the Shimonoseki Port International Terminal. Yeah, I think these like railings on the side are just so cute. Getting those candid moments of people just walking, that's just something that I like to photograph, I think. In a similar composition to those, we were there to watch the Shimonoseki Marathon. So I did take a couple shots of the marathon as well. I couldn't get too close because I wasn't running or anything, but I think it was a good choice to take these vertically. Although, and you know what? They probably would look good horizontally too. I should have done one vertical, one horizontal, but yeah. These two are very similar. It's just, I think the main difference in these is the like staff, kind of. I think they're staff. I like the one without them in it, so that everyone's just kind of in the same position and there aren't too many distractions. But yeah, and then I took one of the parking lot that we were parked in nearby. They were closed for quite a while for the marathon, but the lighting here was quite nice. I was actually planning to, or what I was trying to do was take a picture of like the person that you can see really faintly in the middle. I think they were paying for their parking fee, but I thought just like another candid moment would be really cute. But the way this photo turned out was very like almost monochrome, but I think the values in color in contrast for like the sky, the mountains, the buildings, and then the cars is really nice. So I really like how it turned out actually, even though it's not exactly what I wanted to do. And then this was while we were watching the marathon. We passed by this shrine and I saw that there's like a priest at the top of the stairs also taking pictures and videos of the marathon, and I just thought that was so cute. So I took a little picture of that guy. I'm not too sure about how I feel about like the Torii gate being cut off, but yeah. I think if the gate was a bit out of focus and then I could have gotten like the priest as the subject kind of taking up more space in the picture, it would have looked nicer. But I don't think it was that bad. These next two are when we went kind of more north Yamaguchi, and we went to the Motonosumi, I believe, shrine. This is a really beautiful shrine. It reminds me of Fushimi Inari in Kyoto, but it's just all these torii gates, and you can walk up, you can walk down, and it's by the ocean, and it's so pretty. So this vertical shot that I got I think is so nice. Just a classic far view shot of the shrine. You can see the one main torii gate in the middle, and then the people on the side and like around it kind of going towards the ocean. I think that was really nice too. And I really like the colors, like the contrast between the green and then the red of the torii gates with the beige of the mountains, the blue of the water. And yeah, I think it really helps that the film that I was using kind of adds a greenish filter, so it really pulls it all together. And then I also went up near the it wasn't like a beach or anything, it was like kind of a mountain, but yeah, I went up there and then I got this shot of this one guy that was at the edge of the mountain, and I think he was taking a look at this like headstone. I'm not too sure whose headstone this is, but yeah, I just thought having those two at the center was really dramatic and having him kind of walk away as well casually was really nice, and it was very much in focus and also not like off center or slanted or anything. So I personally just really like this shot that I got, and I want to use it for something. I just don't know what I can use it for. Okay, this one is just a total like mistake that I really did not intend for. It is not really a good photo at all, but I do just want to show you because it's just like kind of creepy. I almost feel like I'm capturing a ghost or something. We went into this cave, not just like any cave, but like it was like to showcase like these stalagmites and stalactites. Yeah, so I tried my best to take a photo of those because, I mean, if I was taking a photo, it probably looked pretty good, right? But I really can't make out what it was that I was trying to capture. It just looks so creepy. But it's also kind of cool in its own way. I feel like I could use it for like a background for something. And then we're gonna finish off strong with this little shrine in a lake. I think this was called the Shirakawa something. This is just so pretty. It's like really in the middle of nowhere. We had to drive to it. And it's not like there's like a city around or anything. It's really just rural Japan, like with rice fields and like crops and just regular people around. And then suddenly there's just like this beautiful lake with like this shrine in the middle and a little pathway. We did not dare to try and cross because it looked kind of dangerous, like we would fall in any second or something. But yeah, it was just really pretty, so I took a very centered, focused shot of that. It is a bit off-center, but I don't know. I don't think it's that much of a problem. Yeah, so I just like them. So yeah, there were a couple more shots in this roll of film, and I also have a Pinterest board that I upload all of my film photos to, even ones that I have not included in this video. So if you're interested, go check that out. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed it, maybe consider subscribing, because film photography is just something that I do as a hobby, and I'm very much still an amateur. So if you want to kind of see that journey, I will be making more videos like this. Yeah, I'll see you next week. Bye!